Say I stopped you having a fucking drink. Right? Don't ever say that about me. It's a well-stocked bar here at the Hideout. Don't forget to tip your bar staff. I'm serious. We thought this was a Stephen Foster song, but then it isn't.
Yeah, turns out it's just a song by some random 19th century racist. We're doing a Stephen Foster of appreciation, I guess.
I think a
recontextualization.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which involves, does that involve digging him up? No.
Digging him up, putting his head on a pike, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it in a college.
Yeah. It's a Catholic girls' college in Milwaukee. So.
Really? It's a girls' college?
Yeah.
No men are there. Is that what you're telling me?
No men, that's why I booked you the gig, Rob.
I like that. That's the opposite of where I went to
hate your
college.
music.
So to get in the mindset of this thing...
Stephen Foster was like the first pop star in America.
That's what they tell me.
And he's much maligned. Even Terry Gross, if you write a biography of Stephen Foster, Terry Gross will just hurl turds at you. You say, why have you done that? He's a racist, he's a racist, he's a racist, he's a racist. No, Hard Times, that's a nice song, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there were some nice parts of the McCarthy hearings too, John. The Lillian Hellman appearance was very exciting, but overall, I mean, it was like, you know, you have to look at the arc of the whole thing. But I like many Stephen Foster songs. I'm just adding a cheap joke, but...
It cost me $60 that joke. Cheap.
I love a lot of them, but this isn't one of them, as it turns out.
As it turns out, so I don't know why we're talking about that, but...
This is just a really, this is a strange song that's almost seems to have disappeared on the face of the earth. And I found it on a record that's, well, it's not that old a record, but the record's maybe 40 years old, but I couldn't find any other recordings of it. And then when I went to find the lyrics on the internet, like usually you can find the lyrics to almost anything. And this was kind of wiped clean, but somebody, is that how you say cached, like cached or catched, C-H-E, the site, so you could like see a photograph more or less of what the old site was, where somebody had the lyrics to this and to 100 other similar songs. Anyway, this is from, obviously from about 18...
Are we going to record this for an album, a duet album called Old and Unhappy?
I sent it to him with that title, Old and Unhappy.
I thought he'd made an album called Old and Unhappy.
I would like to. I could just roll out of bed in the morning and make the record. I wouldn't have to. Are we in tune? I'm going far away, leaving now to the Mississippi Valley. I am going, and I'll take my old banjo and I'll sing this little song way down in my old cabin home.
Down in my old cabin home, sister and my brother. There lies my wife, the joy of my life, and my child in the grave with its mother.
I'm going to leave this land with this old darky band to travel the wide world over. And when I get tired, I'll
No, it's perfect. It's all going swimmingly well.
I think we are a little out of tune, though. You know, I really enjoyed seeing at that party. We never see each other at parties because we hang out with different crowds. He hangs out with the in crowd, and I'm with the, I don't know what crowd I'm with. I'm with kind of a party of one, it turns out, but we saw each other at a party not long ago, and the funny thing was that, okay, it was like a costume party at Halloween, and
as an old man comes and stands and looms.
yeah, I was dressed as an old man, and I came in and I saw there's one guy at the party that I really know, and it's you. So I walk over and I get in your face, like literally kind of in your face,
Yeah, like
close to you,
Above my face.
in character, of course, talking to you for like 2 minutes. You didn't know who the hell I was for the entire 2
I
minutes.
just wanted you to really want you to go away.
Yeah.
I was dressed as a polite person. There's my costume.
You didn't even have a costume. I don't call it a costume because you wore Webb Pierce's outfit. You weren't dressed as Webb Pierce. You just, but Marty Stewart sent you the suit and you put it on.
Webb
And
Pierce.
you were not.
I was.
Where was the hair?
I have the
Where was the guitar-shaped
The hair
pool of
fell
nothing?
out. Guitar-shaped pool got filled in. I have the same inside leg measurement as Webb Pierce in his later years. Which is strange to know that somebody would know that by looking at me. But... Well, who were you at that party?
John D. MacArthur, because we were all supposed to be people from the arts. So, and it was like are they here tonight? The people that threw the party? I don't think so, right? They were like they were kind of fancy people, and it was a party. Like my wife had been dying to get an invitation to this party for years. We've been hearing about this party and how good it was, and.
They had a big giant check, and they were carrying it, and he was John D, and his wife was
Big
Catherine T. I said, do you look like him? He says, well, nobody knows what they look like.
It's true. It's true. You just have to be kind
But
of.
apparently, for some reason, there was this party was catered, and they were like young waitresses wandering around bringing little sausages on sticks and stuff to you. And apparently, John D. MacArthur from the John D. MacArthur, Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, apparently is a filthy old ledge. So, you're a very attractive young woman. Thank you so much for this food. You are so attractive. How do you know that about him?
Well, you know, I just
Because it was
really.
uncannily accurate.
Thank you. You're really employing the old imagination, I gotta say. And it's a glorious, like, it's a liberation to play the part of an old man. It really is. And I could not get, I couldn't get out of the character from the moment that I put on that makeup. But on the drive to the party, I totally failed at parallel parking. I parked back in the car. And my wife was like, there's nobody that car but my wife. But she's like, you don't have to do this act for me. You don't have to play. Well, yeah, I just can't see the curve. You know, you're not gonna, even 3 hours after the party was over, in bed, going to sleep, still in character. Couldn't give it up.
Soon enough, mate. Soon enough.
Soon enough.
If you've noticed, there is a theme to tonight's song selections, and most of it's about getting really old. So, this one's